Yeah, so I always think that always have thought of headphones as a tool, an essential tool in the studio.
The Audeze MM-100s are open-back studio headphones designed in collaboration with 14-time Grammy-winning mixer Manny Marroquin. They're built for music creators, but they are enticing for discerning listeners too. Audeze makes some of the best headphones on the planet, but they are usually much bigger and much more expensive. So do these headphones do the trick for professionals and audiophiles alike? Let's find out.
We worked on the design, worked on making it a lot lighter. For me, having a reference, imagine having speakers that you can travel with, you can put in your bag. I mean, who wouldn't want that?
That's studio legend Manny Marroquin describing his goal for developing this line of professional headphones with Audeze. Manny has mixed seminal records for the likes of Rihanna, Imagine Dragons, Alicia Keys, Taylor Swift, you name it. But even he has to work away from his studio sometime. Professional studios like this can have several different speakers for monitoring sound as you create music. But these days, a song, even a big hit record, is just as likely to be recorded, produced, or mixed in the box on a laptop using some kind of software. So it's crucial to have a set of headphones that are durable enough for the grind, comfortable enough for long listening sessions, and can deliver linear, accurate sound. That way you can trust your creation will translate into all the places and ways people listen to music. Car speakers, home stereo, Sonos, headphones, even phone speakers. The MM-100s are actually the second set of headphones in Audeze's professional line. The first were the flagship MM-500 headphones. Trivia note, Manny used those to mix Kendrick Lamar's Grammy-winning Mr. Morale album. The idea behind the MM-500s was spare no expense, make the best-sounding headphones for mixing. For the MM-100s, Audeze took a more practical approach for creating and listening to music on the go. They are much smaller, lighter, and less expensive than the MM-500s. Because the MM-500s are physically larger, they can convey a wider, more open sense of space and depth. And just in general, they are sonically superior, as the price tag would suggest. But the size, weight, and some neat design touches arguably make the MM-100s more suitable for creating music on the go. I really like the sturdiness and flexibility of the headband. It keeps the ear cups secure, but doesn't clamp so hard that they feel vice grip to my head. Plus, the ear pads are generously cushioned. They come with a rugged, braided cable that can connect to either ear cup. The weight is distributed nicely, and I had no problem wearing them through entire work shifts. You will notice, however, that even though they are smaller than most of Audeze's lineup, they are still larger than your typical over-ear headphones. That's because Audeze doesn't use dynamic drivers with the cone shape like you find in most headphones. They're known for their cutting-edge take on planar magnetic drivers. Planars use thin, flat diaphragms that are traditionally very large. Suspended within a magnetic field, they start and stop quickly, moving air and delivering high-precision sound. Audeze figured out a way to hack magnetic flux by laying out their magnets in a special pattern that makes them stronger. That way they can move the diaphragms even quicker, allowing them to shrink the size and make the headphones more efficient. Planar drivers in general deliver an even, controlled sound. That's conducive for mixing, where you just want everything to sound like it should, without irregularities. The MM-100s don't have the oversized soundstage that the MM-500s have. The presentation is more standard, just outside the head. They do give a good sense of directionality in space, though. They are mid-range focused, which is unsurprising for studio headphones since so much of modern music lives in that region. And percussion has noticeable snap and bite.
Vocals are hard because, again, you gotta, I try to EQ around the focal point, and if it's a vocal, then I try to shape things around that sort of spectrum. And that's how you find room for stuff, like the art of EQing, it's just, man, it's such a powerful tool in our studio.
The bass is clean and well controlled, but does lack some of the punch and authority you get from the MM-500s. That said, for mixing, it's more about getting the low end to sound right so that it'll stand up in systems with a lot of bass emphasis. Likewise, you can expect smoother highs. Audeze is going for comfort and long listening sessions over articulation. So do they succeed? For me, they work as an audiophile headphone. I like that it serves up heaps of detail in the mids, and I often prefer the highs a bit subdued. Some might prefer a little more high-end sparkle or deeper bass, but it's hard to find a better built wired headphone at this price. And does it work as a mixing headphone? Thinking of what Manny told me that he values, I'd say yes. It gives you a realistic sense of that crucial mid-range, so you can be more confident that it will translate. However, or wherever people choose to listen to music.
I mean, how do most people listen to music nowadays? Headphones. So it's kind of like the obvious, like duh. Like so it's not to replace anything in your room, but it's just to add to the arsenal. And you gotta have those headphones that sound good, that are true to what your intentions are, and it's much easier, a million times easier to just put on the headphones and work on it and stuff like that. Now imagine having a headphone where I can actually EQ 808s and kicks and snares and all that. I thought I would never be able to do that. I mean, I don't know any other headphone that I can be confident and be creative with it.